According to Joel Mukasa of DEI Embrace Foundation, there is a weight that many Black African men carry and never talk about it. It is not the weight of physical labor, but the weight of unspoken emotions that are not expressed. It is a silence born from generations of cultural and societal conditioning. This silence, while seemingly protecting, can be a heavy burden to bear, and can lead to suicide sometimes. Black men are often raised to be strong, stoic, and resilient to all conditions the world throws at them. They are taught to suppress their emotions, to never show weakness regardless of the pain one goes through. This begins in childhood. Boys are told to man up when they cry, or risk showing vulnerability, which can be a shame. The message is clear: emotions are a sign of weakness, and weakness as a man is not to be tolerated in our society. This silence, however, comes at a cost, and this where we as DEI Embrace Foundation come in to break the silence by encouraging men to come out and express their emotions. The inability to express emotions healthily can manifest in various ways. It can lead to anger, depression, and even violence. It can also damage relationships and make it difficult to form meaningful connections. The weight of silence can be crushing, both for the individual and for those around him. It is time to break the silence and speak out. Black men deserve to live full and emotionally expressive lives. It is time to redefine masculinity to include vulnerability and emotional intelligence. This is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength. To understand the silence of Black African men, one must look back at history. The transatlantic slave trade, colonialism, and systemic racism have all played a role in shaping the way Black men view masculinity. During slavery, Black men were stripped of their humanity and treated as property. They were forced to work tirelessly and endure unimaginable cruelty. In such a brutal system, expressing emotions was seen as a liability. It made them vulnerable to further abuse. Colonialism further reinforced these ideas. European colonizers often portrayed African men as savage and uncivilized. They used this stereotype to justify their oppression and exploitation. Even after the end of colonialism, systemic racism continued to marginalize Black men. They faced discrimination in housing, education, and employment. In the face of such adversity, Black men learned to suppress their emotions and project an image of strength. It was a survival mechanism, a way to navigate a world that often seemed hostile and unforgiving. This legacy of resilience is admirable, but it has also come at a cost. By suppressing their emotions for generations, many Black men have been left emotionally stunted. The phrase "man up" is as much a shackle as it is a statement. Uttered countless times throughout a Black boy's life, it serves as a constant reminder of the expectations placed upon him. He learns quickly that to man up is to stifle tears, to bury fear, and to never, ever show weakness. This pressure to conform to a narrow definition of masculinity is immense. It follows boys from the playground to the workplace, dictating how they interact with the world, and most importantly, with each other. This pressure can manifest in toxic ways. Boys who witness emotional vulnerability being ridiculed are less likely to express their own feelings. They may resort to anger or aggression as a way of masking their true emotions. This cycle of suppression and misplaced expression can continue into adulthood, further perpetuating the cycle of silence. The consequences of this silence are profound. Untreated mental health issues, strained relationships, and a deep sense of isolation are just a few of the potential outcomes. Vulnerability is met with scorn. Imagine a young Black man raised in a household where emotional expression is met with disdain. He witnesses his father, the patriarch of the family, bottle up his frustrations, only to unleash them in sporadic bursts of anger. He sees his brothers, taught to be tough and unyielding, resort to bravado and aggression as a means of communication. This young man, surrounded by examples of stoicism and emotional suppression, internalizes the message. Vulnerability is weakness. He learns to navigate the world with his guard up, his true feelings hidden behind a carefully constructed facade. He becomes adept at masking his emotions, fearing that any crack in his armor will expose him to ridicule and judgment. This fear of judgment is not unfounded. In many communities, a man who openly expresses his emotions is seen as weak, incapable, or even feminine. These harmful stereotypes only serve to reinforce the idea that men, especially Black men, must adhere to a rigid and unrealistic standard of masculinity. The language of silence. Silence can be a language, spoken fluently by those who have been taught that words are a betrayal of strength. It is a language of furrowed brows, clenched fists, and averted gazes. It is a language that speaks volumes about the pain that lies beneath the surface. For many Black African men, silence is the default mode of communication when it comes to emotions. They have learned to express their joy through boisterous laughter, their anger through fiery outbursts, but when it comes to vulnerability, their voices falter. This silence is not always a conscious choice. It can be a deeply ingrained response, a reflex honed over years of societal conditioning. Black men are often left to navigate a world where emotional expression is seen as a sign of weakness, and so they retreat into the safety of silence. But silence, while seemingly safe, can be a breeding ground for pain. Unexpressed emotions do not simply disappear, they fester and grow, manifesting in unhealthy ways according to Joel of DEI Embrace Foundation. Faith and the facade of strength. Religion is often seen as a source of solace and guidance, which can also play a complex role in perpetuating the silence surrounding men's emotions. In many African cultures, religious teachings emphasize strength, resilience, and the role of the man as the head of the household. While these teachings are intended to provide a moral compass, they can inadvertently contribute to the pressure on men to present a stoic front. The image of the unwavering patriarch, the spiritual leader who must remain strong for his family, can leave little room for vulnerability. The church, a place meant for solace and spiritual guidance, can sometimes become another arena where men feel compelled to mask their true emotions. There can be a stigma attached to men expressing vulnerability within a religious context, as if it somehow undermines their faith or their standing within the community, hence keeping up appearances. This is not to say that religion is inherently opposed to emotional expression of men. In fact, many faiths encourage compassion, empathy, and seeking support during times of need. However, the interpretation and application of religious teachings can vary, and it is crucial to create spaces within religious communities where men feel comfortable expressing their full range of emotions without fear of judgment. For further information, please find us on our website, www.dembrace.org. We are DEI Embrace Foundation, breaking the silence about men's well-being and creating more awareness about mental health in men. Please do follow us on all our social media handles because together we can raise the awareness and save a life. Thank you.